drive Lombardi Avenue, better known as Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, up for the rival doing battle in the NFC North. It's the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. Off we go from Green Bay. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his third season as the Green Bay starter.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
That's caught by Golden, right side. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. Off the RPO, this is Dobbs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
4 makes it 3rd and 2.
Now Love, that one caught. He finds Golden, and he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
1st down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be taken down. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
At the 45-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Love. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Here's Love to throw. He's got a man. That's Watson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
22 yards.
They get 22 yards there. 1st down, Packers.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
The tackle by Jalen Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Bears' 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 6. Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And the Packers are going to be set up 1st and goal. Nice run, getting them down to the 6.
14 yards.
It's pretty clear why this offense likes to get the ball into the hands of this quarterback, huh, Mike? I mean, he is just so effective in this area, and now he has them set up 1st and goal.
This has been a solid opening drive to knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Packers will take a 7-0 lead.
Packers 7, Bears nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the 2nd straight year. Number 1 pick in the 2024 draft, it's Caleb Williams.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles, so often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
He takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Third, they need 8. To throw, it's Williams. Just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield, and now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The Packers offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. In motion, it's Golden. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
A gain of 6.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
To Josh Jacobs. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down. A good play action with Love. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long, and as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet, but I could promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
Are they going to mark this out of bounds? They are. It's out at the 1-yard line. What a kick. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 3-yard line.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
Here's Williams now to throw. He'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Plays and a
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Packers offense ready to get back to work. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Love to throw it on first down. That one reeled in by Golden. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
He's made his presence felt throughout this opening quarter. They better figure out a way to slow him down defensively. Otherwise, he's in store for a monster game.
2nd and inches. On play action, Love. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Third down and 9. From the gun, it's Love. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Bears offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
2nd and 7. To throw is Williams. Taking off. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
14 yards.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Williams gonna look to throw it on first down. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Williams. And they'll get about 8 out of that one. but still a little work to do now on third down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
It is third and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
So we see this more and more often in today's NFL, Mike, where on third down, the ball is actually thrown short of the chains. And there's really two reasons. One, teams are a lot more willing to use fourth down. And two, they have a lot of confidence in these receivers and tight ends and backs to run after the catch.
And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation point to end this first quarter. Bears in possession here to start the second quarter as they've got it with first and 10. Off play action. Here's Williams. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Colston Loveland was the intended receiver. It's second down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then they say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. So at this stage of the game, Mike, that whole sideline, they're looking up at that scoreboard. They see the donut up there, and they're saying, we've got to get something going. You become a little desperate. You start pressing. In this case, they try to push something downfield, deep pass, incomplete. They got to find a way to generate possessions while still searching for these big plays.
That is going to be all in. He's got it. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Bears. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. The kick is good, and the Bears will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all time, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. He'll set up to throw, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll send the tight end in motion. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
They got to find a better way to neutralize this pass rush, Mike. The protection appears to be overwhelmed by this blitz package, and with nobody coming open downfield, he's got no choice but to just eat the ball and take the sack.
Here's the punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Bears offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Williams. To the right side. Caught by Burden. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
15 yards.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
15. First down, Chicago.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And he'll get forward for a couple. Powerful Rashawn Gary there in run support.
Rashawn Gary on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll go again with Swift. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of
14 on the pickup. First down, Chicago.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. But some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Williams on the RPO, going to get it out to Odunze.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Bit of a wild throw there behind his man, thus it's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He gets this complete to Burden. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Bears first down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
clearly trying to catch the defense by surprise, Mike. If the draw works, it's a touchdown. But being down here in the red zone, this is a tough spot on the field to get away with running that draw play.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Williams. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
On 4th down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Williams. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And they'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, yeah. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
On second down, Love. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Packers first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Love. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Yeah. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50.
13 yards.
Give him 13 on that screenplay. And a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. And that's a really heads-up play by the defender, Mike. Once he diagnosed the screen, he immediately puts himself in position to make the play. This offense just winds up going backwards.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Yeah, so you can see the screenplay. The timing was just out of whack from the jump. So the key is, Mike, the running back has to stay in phase with his offensive line. If one of them gets out too fast or too slow, the back and the blocking don't marry up, and you see that's why he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's Dobbs open left side. He's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needed to get to. And it'll bring up fourth down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Duvernay on the return. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Give up the middle with Swift. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and
8. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Back with more from Lambeau Field. After this, they'll come up on a second down and 8. Now Williams. That's out left and complete to Burden. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. A big-time play for the Bears. And even 30 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day. Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Williams. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really...
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. The Bears sending out their punt team.
For the Bears.
Love the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. On 1st and 10, here's Love. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic 1st down.
You got it.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. This one, batted away. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I think he got away with one there, Mike. I thought with the way the defender had him covered, I was actually surprised he didn't move off to his next progression. He threw that into some really tight coverage, and he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
All right, so in these 3rd and short, 3rd and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have 4th down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging 4th down decision.
The Bears offense going to take over just before the half. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half.
At the 43-yard line.
Second and a yard. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. On the move left. Off he goes. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Over the middle, he's got Burton. Now a signal, timeout called, 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback, but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Now it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears going to take the lead. It's now 13 to 10.
And this is really why you want a kicker with a big leg. In these situations, end of half, can you steal 3 points from distance and come away with 3? And really nice job there, right around that midfield logo. It's kind of crazy how it's become sort of routine in today's NFL.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. Love. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 7. Another run here, another run by Swift. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
from the shotgun. It's Williams. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And this is the tricky element of these deep balls, Mike. You want to hit the guy in stride. You want the touchdown. You want the beautiful highlight play. But sometimes you're better off underthrowing a receiver than you are overthrowing them, because as we see time and time again throughout the league, an underthrown deep ball, more times than not, leads to a pass interference call.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. Driving start on the ground, and he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
That's caught downfield. Dobbs. He'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. First down, Packers.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
On first and 10, here comes Jacobs. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Ruben Hippolyte there for the tackle.
Brings up second and 9.
From the 43, here's second and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. As he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 3.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
That's good for a Packers first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
We got this.
Third and 9. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. From the gun, on third down, it's Love.
And with that sack, it should put an end to what's been a very promising drive up until this point. Great job of bend without breaking, getting yourself off the field when the opportunity presented itself.
On comes the Packers punting team. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon.
The Bears
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. They're going to run. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So this time they're trying to use the run game to attack the boundary side of the field. And the defense is really fast in their pursuit. Really nice effort there from the backside. And they're able to bring him down this time for a loss.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Bears 1st down.
First down. A gain of 16 yards.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
They'll try the right side with Swift. They bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 15.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And he let him a bit too much. Pass is incomplete.
A bit of a risky throw there, Mike. You don't love to see a quarterback force the ball, especially into a crowded area. In the end, I think he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
The 47-yard line.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking him down for a loss.
He'll get this out to the left flat. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line. Maybe a yard. T.J. Edwards there on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8. In motion goes Dobbs. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
3rd down and 9. From the gun, it's Love. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
Duvernay to return. Whoa! And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Bears offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff, and Swift running right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And he will be out of bounds, but you saw that penalty flag come in. Looked like the defender got a head start. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. Williams. This one batted away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete.
Really nice play there by the defender, Mike, and not only to force the incomplete, but it's the timing. Understanding if he gets there too early, you bring in PI. You get there too late, it leads to a completion. That time he times it just right and knocks the ball away.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt.
The kick is good. Makes the score Bears 16, Packers 10.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Love to throw it on first down. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd down and 7. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On 2nd down, Love. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Here's Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Returnable from the 17. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. On 1st down, it's Swift. They bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
First down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
At his 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On the bootleg, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now Williams. Flushed to his left. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the 1st down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
They will run it over center with Swift, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Swift. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Did they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or did they settle for 3?
Bears 19, Packers 10.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Packers offense ready for this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. And that one incomplete.
Well, they all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
A 2nd down throw for Love. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Montez Sweat that time fights his way in to record the sack.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He's going to uncork one. Looking for Wicks. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Bears offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And a very elusive run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 1. They'll go again with Swift. And he's going to have have the first down yard across the 50 to the 48.
It's a gain of 8.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Swift, and he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Our throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Yeah, so it seemed the second they broke the huddle, Mike, that there was some confusion. I'm not sure everybody got on the same page before that ball was snapped.
This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So you find yourself playing with a 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there. Works through his progression, move on to the next play, and just throw that ball away.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Packers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Love to throw on 1st and 10. This one on target, it's dodged. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line.
32 yards.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
First down.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave.
Nose pass complete to number 88, Luke Musgrave. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 17-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Love. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Christian Watson, touchdown Packers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now it's McManus for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers will cut it to a 2-point lead.
Bears 19, 17.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. Duvernay on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. In motion, it's Odunze. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Yeah, so this just really comes down to really good defense. You can tell the quarterback's trying to target something downfield, and when they take that away, typically there's something underneath, but they had all levels of the coverage accounted for, and that was a really nice job.
He'll take a shot down the middle of the field, and they are not going to catch up to him. He will score! 71 yards. Touchdown, Chicago. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Now, an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. He's got it. And the Bears will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9.
Packers 17. Santos.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here's Williams on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense make their way out to take over once more. On 1st down, it's Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
2nd and 11 at the 12 line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Watson, incomplete. He was covered by Kevin Byard.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Love to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A loss of 7.
And it's really been their inability of the offensive line to keep the quarterback upright. And it's a big reason why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. Love. This one, up top for Dobbs. That's caught. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They convert in style there. Big play on 4th and long.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with him and take that play away.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
Keep it up.
Here's 2nd down and 3. To throw is Love. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Makes the score Bears 26, Packers 20.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back at it. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out, but 1 first down will essentially end the game. Loss of a couple on the play. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. On the give, here's Swift. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got the hook up there to Ogunze. Packers going to use their final timeout now. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
That's good for a Bears first down. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Chicago.
victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.